everybody, and thank you for joining me for Animal Crossing news on this Friday, May 8th, 2020. Now we've got some financial news in terms of how Animal Crossing's been selling and doing fiscally, and it's both with Pocket Camp and New Horizons. And then we also have some fishing information. So without further ado, let's first talk about how Animal Crossing New Horizons is doing in terms of sales. Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 11.77 million copies in just 12 days. The statistic we've all been waiting for has finally arrived, as Nintendo delivers the first official sales update for the mighty Animal Crossing New Horizons. The company has just released its fiscal year earnings report, providing an update list of software sales that are correct as of 31st March 2020. Up until that date, Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 11.77 million copies. Its launch date of 20th of March means that it achieved that success in just 12 days. Nintendo says that the launch is now the best start ever for a Switch title. While official figures place the game at 11.77 million, owing to Nintendo's data only, covering up until the 31st of March, a chart released by the company as part of its financial results explanatory material guide also provides a hint at the game's sales beyond those opening days. The image below shows a chart which compares New Horizons to past games, and in the series, noting the wild difference in sales. As you can see, Nintendo says that in its first 6 weeks, New Horizons has actually sold 13.41 million copies, already outselling both Animal Crossing Wild World and Animal Crossing New Leaf. Pokemon Sword and Shield has also had a tremendously strong time on the market, posting sales of 17.37 million units throughout the year. Nintendo says that sales also continued to grow steadily for popular titles released in previous fiscal years, and for titles from other software publishers. So it's pretty much like everybody who's even remotely interested in Nintendo predicted. Animal Crossing is going to sell a lot of copies. It's doing well, especially with this pandemic going on. And I think that, Nintendo had this fall right in their lap at a perfect time. So with everybody being stuck in their homes, they need a time killer. What's a better time killer than Animal Crossing? There are even people that are dusting off their Nintendo Switches to play this game because it's a good time waster. It really is an excellent time waster. That being said, I haven't checked in on my town in about 3 days, and I need to do that, but that's beside the point. Now let's check out how this correlates with Pocket Camp. Pocket Camp record its best month ever. The success of Animal Crossing New Horizons appears to have rubbed off on Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, with Sensor Tower Store intelligence estimates revealing the Nintendo mobile title experienced its best month ever in April and has pushed the total lifetime player spending habits past 150 million. Downloads of Pocket Camp in the month of April reportedly grew by 547.8% compared to the previous month, while player spending rose to 7.9 million, the best it's been since August last year. As we previously noted, it's not all that odd when you consider how popular Animal Crossing has become with mainstream audiences over the past few months. Adding to this, Nintendo has also been promoting a special crossover event, allowing players to receive a set of items in New Horizons if they redeem a code from Pocket Camp on the Switch eShop. To date, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp has now accumulated more than 44.8 million installs. This month was recorded as the second best ever month in terms of downloads. The launch month, November 2017, still holds the record with 17.8 1.6 million downloads. And this overall makes the most sense. Where I haven't played Pocket Camp since it came out in 2017, I'm even tempted to download it again. Because when you have a mobile app that's able to be compatible with the Switch game, that is going to cause people to want to play both. Because I think you can actually port your stuff that you get from Pocket Camp into your area in New Horizons. It's different stuff, it's awesome, it's great, and it's just going to help both games in the long run. And Animal Crossing is a good casual game. It's a good game for people who don't really play games that much. Because you can pick it up whenever you want to, you can play, you can mess around in your island a little bit, and then you can just go about your regular day. I like that. I like how this is showing that the Switch is a great console. It's a powerhouse of a console in terms of being a good port system, but it's also great for casual gaming as well. This is what the Wii U should have been, and the Switch is making great use of that, and it's awesome. Now, we've got some fish news. Now, I know that I'm pronouncing these fish names wrong. Forgive me. Too lazy to look up how they're actually said. Now we're going to talk about first the Mahi Mahi and how to catch the Mahi Mahi. So without further ado, here's the article. Animal Crossing New Horizons Mahi Mahi, where, when, and how to catch the rare Mahi Mahi. There are several rare fish to find in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The Mahi Mahi is currently one of them. It's only available for 6 months of the year, which will differ depending on which hemisphere you're in, and only in one very specific location on your island. If you're wondering how, when, and where to catch the Mahi Mahi, just follow the steps below and you'll soon have it hooked. If you're after information about every fish in New Horizons and general tips on how to hook them, check out our Animal Crossing New Horizons fish guide and list for all the fishy facts you want. Animal Crossing New Horizons Catch the Mahi Mahi. When you catch the Mahi Mahi is only available at the following day of the year. The Mahi time, all day and night. Months, May through October, northern, November through April, southern. Where is the Mahi Mahi? The Mahi Mahi can only be found when fishing off the pier located on your beach. We caught ours while tossing fish bait straight from the end of our deck, but we had trouble trying to catch one anywhere else on the pier. Try to stay away from tossing fish bait on the sides and corners of your pier, if you can just toss it straight out from the end. The trick to unraveling the myth of the Mahi Mahi is to craft fish bait using these squirting manila clams you dig up on the beach with your shovel. In order to have the rare fish spawn, each clam can be crafted into a single helping of fish bait, which you can sprinkle in any body of water for the shadow of a fish to appear. To catch the Mahi Mahi, you're going to need time, patience, and some luck. We went out to the pier located on our beach, faced straight off the edge, and fished to our heart's content with an unhealthy supply of fish bait. After tossing in a few hundred fish bait, we managed to nab only a single Mahi Mahi. However, your results may drastically vary. It's also worth noting that the shadow of the Mahi Mahi is on the lower side, meaning you'll be catching a lot of sea bass in the process. Also, when you toss out fish bait, if you see a fish shadow that doesn't match up with the fish you're searching for, you can simply toss out more fish bait and a new fish shadow will appear. Of course, the fish will still spawn in the spot without the use of fish bait, but the chances of fish being present in that cliff top body of water and it being a Mahi Mahi are fewer than few. If you use bait to spawn new fish repeatedly in that location, It should be noted that the above method and location is exactly the same one we used to catch the giant trevally too. However, we were much more fortunate with the giant trevally, as we managed to catch 3 in one sitting with the help of around 100 or so fish bait. How much is the Mahi Mahi worth? The elusive Mahi Mahi is worth 6,000 bells if you sell it to Timmy and Tommy, or 4,800 bells if you leave it in Nook's Cranny drop box. Yes, because they're extortionists, and for whatever reason, they feel the need to... I've made a video on that, I don't need to continue. Make sure you donate one to the museum, though. Now, with this next fish, the trevally fish, it's literally the exact same way to catch it as the Mahi Mahi, as you'll see in my reading of this article, my very professional reading of this next article. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Giant Trevally, where, when, and how to catch the rare giant trevally. There are several rare fish to find in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The giant trevally is absolutely one of them. It's only available for 6 months of the year, which will differ depending on which hemisphere you're in, and then only in one very specific location on your island. If you're wondering how, when, and where to catch the giant trevally, just follow the steps below and you'll soon have it hooked. Okay, essentially the same thing as the Mahi Mahi. When you catch the giant trevally is only available at the following times of the day, year. Time, all day and night. Months, May through October in Northern Hemisphere, November through April in the Southern Hemisphere. Where is the giant trevally? The giant trevally can only be found when fishing off the pier located on your beach. We caught ours while tossing fish bait off the dock, but we had trouble trying to catch one anywhere else on the pier. Try to stay away from tossing fish bait. Okay, so this is exactly the same as the Mahi Mahi. It is literally copy-paste the exact same as the Mahi Mahi. So, let's just go down and see how much it's worth. The rare giant trevally is worth 4,500 bells if you sell it to Timmy or Tommy, or 3,600 bells if you leave it in Nook's Cranny drop box. Okay. So they're basically the exact same copy-paste. You can catch them both, same amount of time, same exact place. That's it. So, cool. So there you have it, guys. Not only do we have the financial information from Animal Crossing New Horizons, but also Pocket Camp, we also have information on how to catch 2 very rare fish. It's literally a copy-paste. Thank goodness Nintendo Life is about as obsessed with Animal Crossing as the rest of us are, because they're able to gather this information in greater droves, they're able to do a lot more stuff with it, they're able to really dig into it because it's their job. Literally playing video games is their job. Lucky ducks. Hey everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. There should be a couple videos on the screen to check out if you feel like it. This is Gabe from Happy Blobfish Productions, signing off, saying take care, and God bless.